Finding the arguments. We have spent enough time on proposition. Let us now turn to the seventh rule of analytical reading, which requires the reader to deal with a collection of sentences. We said before that there was a reason for not formulating this rule of interpretation by saying that the reader should find most important paragraph. The reason is that there are no settled conventions among writers about how to construct paragraph. Some great writers such as Montaigne, Locke, and Proust write extremely long paragraphs. Others such as Machiavelli and Hobbes or Tolstoy write relatively short ones. In recent times, under the influence of newspaper, the magazine style, most writers tend to cut their paragraphs to fit quick and easy reading. Cut their paragraph to fit quick and easy reading. This paragraph, for instance, is probably too long. If we had wanted to coddle our readers, we should have started a new one with the words some great writers. Coddle our readers. What does coddle means? To cook food, especially egg, in water just below boiling temperature. Coddle. Coddled eggs.
Coddle.
Coddle. Coddle. It's not coddle, it's coddle. Coddle. Coddle.
Coddle.
Coddle. Coddle. Our readers, if we wanted to coddle our readers, we should have started. The actual meaning is not cooking egg here. The verb means to protect someone or something too much. To coddle our readers, we should have started a new one with the word some great writers. It is not merely a matter of length. The point that is troublesome here has to do with the relation between language and thought. The logic unit to which the seventh rule directs our reading is the argument, the sequence of propositions, some of which give reason for another. This logical unit is not uniquely related to any recognizable unit of writing, as terms are related to words and phrases and propositions to sentences. An argument may be expressed in a single complicated sentence. Argument can be expressed in a single complicated sentence, or it may be expressed in number of sentences that are only part of one paragraph, or it may be expressed in a number of sentences that are only part of one paragraph. Sometimes the argument may coincide with paragraph. Sometimes argument may coincide with paragraph, but it may also happen that an argument runs through several or many paragraphs. It may happen that argument runs through several or many paragraphs. There is one further difficulty. There are many paragraphs in any book that do not express an argument at all. There are many paragraphs in the book that don't express any argument at all. Perhaps not even part of one. They may consist of collection of sentences that detail evidence or report how evidence has been gathered. They may consist of collection of sentences that detail the evidence or report how evidence has been gathered. As there are sentences that are of secondary importance, because they are merely discussions or side digressions, or merely digressions, or side remarks. What does digressions means? Or side remark. I mean, this is a side remark. Action of moving away from main subject you're writing, talking about, and writing or talking about something else. Talking, talking about money now would be digression from the main purpose of this meeting. Talk diversion, yeah, kind of digression, diverting. So talking about money is kind of is talking about money would be a digression from the main purpose of meeting. From the main purpose of the meeting. Book contains many interesting digression about life in the last half century of the regime. There are many paragraphs. As there are sentences that are secondary importance because they are merely digressions or side remarks, so also can there be paragraph of this sort. It hardly need to be said that they should be read rather quickly. It's hardly need to be said that they should be read rather quickly. Because of all this, we suggest another formulation of rule. Because of this, we suggest another formulation of rule number 7 as follows. Find, if you can, the paragraph in a book that state its important arguments, but if the arguments are not thus expressed, your task is to construct them by taking a sentence from this paragraph and one from that until you have gathered together the sequence of sentences that state the propositions that compose the argument. After you have discovered the leading sentences, the construction of paragraph should be relatively easy. There are various ways of doing this. You can do it by actually writing out on a piece of paper the proposition that together form an argument. But usually a better way, as we have already suggested, is to put number in the margin together with other marks to indicate the place where the sentences occur that should be tied together in a sequence. Authors are more or less helpful to their readers in this matter of making arguments plain. Good expository authors try to reveal, not conceal, their thoughts. Yet, not even all good authors do this in the same way. Some, such as Euclid, Galileo, Newton, authors who write in a geometrical and mathematical style, come close to the ideal of making single paragraph an argumented unit. The style of most writing in a non-mathematical field tends to present two or more arguments in a single paragraph or have an argument run through several. In proposition, as a book is more loosely constructed, in a proposition as book is more loosely constructed, the paragraph tend to become more diffuse. You often have to search through all paragraphs of chapter to find the sentences you can construct into sentence of single argument. Some books make you search in vain and some do not even encourage the search. A good book usually summarizes itself as its arguments develop. If the author summarizes his arguments for you at the end of the chapter or at the end of the elaboration section, you should be able to look back over preceding pages and find the material he has brought together in the summary. In The Origin of Species, Darwin summarizes his whole argument for the reader in the last chapter, entitled Recapitulation and Conclusion. Recapitulation and conclusion. The reader who has worked through the book deserves that help. The one who has not cannot use it.